Hong Kong retailers are facing a rough time in 2014. We can expect to see a slowdown in retail performance as players get pressurized by several events. They include anti-corruption policy law in China, weak international and domestic spending, as well as political and social instability. Retailers may need to be proactive in reacting to these situations.
The loosening of the one-child policy was executed since March 2014. This is expected to increase the birth rate in China. As a result, baby-related industries including baby food, diapers and baby care products are expected to be boosted in the forecasted years.
By the end of 2014, more free trade agreements between Vietnam and other countries in Asia and Europe are expected to be finalized. So what does it mean to the local market is that the competition will become more intensive, and especially in the retail and food service sector. And the government is now helping the local business by promoting a campaign so-called Vietnamese people using Vietnamese goods. But whether or not it's going to be effective remains in question.
Taiwan experienced tainted cooking oil scandal in 2014. This has dampened consumers' confidence in the product, especially those produced by the companies which are involved in the scandal directly. In addition, the sales of hundreds of bakeries and eateries in Taiwan were also affected as the oil supplied to them were contaminated as well.
In retailing terms, Australia witnessed an influx of foreign entrants in 2014. Local shoppers had their first taste of H&M in April, with Uniqlo and Forever 21 among some of the other big names to launch a store-based presence during the year. Makeup retailer Sephora will open its first Australian store by December, posing an enormous threat to local department stores David Jones and Myer.
On April 1, 2014, Japan saw its first sales tax increase since 1997, with the VAT rising from 5% to 8%. Before the tax increment, many consumers rushed out to purchase non-perishable products and also luxury items. Although Japan's GDP shrank by 7.1% from April to June, governments still consider whether to increase the sales tax again in 2015.
Military coup took place in Thailand during May 2014. Number of tourists lost confidence in visiting the country. Thus, we see number of incoming tourists drop dramatically by -10% between January to September 2014. However, we are expecting to see this to recover towards the end of the year.
2014 has been a year of change for India, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his new government. We have seen inflation dropping to a 2-year low of 5.5%, and economy has shown signs of recovery with GDP touching 5.7%. The Modi government has launched the Make in India campaign and has invited global companies to set up their manufacturing base in India.
All eyes were on the Malaysian government following the MH370 and MH17 tragedies in March and July 2014. Chinese tourists in particular were put off from travelling to Malaysia, affecting the sales of luxury goods as well as tourism in Malaysia and its neighbouring countries.
The sail accident, leaving more than 300 people dead on April 2014, had a negative impact on South Korean economy. After the sinking, consumer confidence showed a signs of contraction, causing consumer spending slow in tourism, hospitality, and other industry. Manufacturer and service players will continue to build consumer confidence in various industries.
In 2014, Manila implemented a truck ban to ease traffic conditions. This resulted in major port congestions that led to delay in shipments. Manufacturers were impacted as they were not able to supply the market and were penalized by retailers for unserved orders.
Rising dispute between consumers and retailers concerning business ethics have led to lower consumers' confidence in retailers. Consumers might move into purchasing more reputable retailers, and there will be more focus on looking into the regulations to protect consumers' interests.
In New Zealand, local snack foods business Griffin Foods was sold to Filipino company Universal Robina Corp. Meanwhile, Fonterra was fined $300,000 following the 2013 botulism scare, which damaged New Zealand's reputation in several country markets, particularly China. On a lighter note, Kiwi consumers couldn't wait to get their hands on a new chocolate milk product. The joint venture between Lewis Road Creamery and Whittaker's has been an unbelievable success, due in part to consumers sharing product stories via social media.
In Indonesia, the newly elected President Joko Widodo has indeed raised the sense of nationalism in the country. However, how his policy will impact consumer welfare and spending is still yet to be seen.